moving into the future of CBDCs and FedNow, if people just go into that blindly, what does it look like with IRAs, 401ks, retirement plans?
All of those other fiat money assets, for lack of a better term, the only thing you can convert them in is to dollars. And so again, if we have this split system, which would make a whole lot of sense for them to do, where you have the current system hyperinflating and then this CBDC system where they keep that value more stable, and they might give you the option, well, you can convert this into this. And so, I think there would be a lot of people that would grab on to that false lifeline because they could see the value of their investments being absolutely eroded. Just like what we're seeing in Zimbabwe right now, where their stock market is up 600% as they're trying to get people to adopt the CBDC that is presumably backed by gold, but it's not convertible. And if it ain't convertible, it ain't over. I got news for you. It's just another gimmick to get control of you. So people will fly to these things thinking that they're protecting their purchasing power and wealth, but it's a big scam, because at the end of the day, in that hyperinflationary mode, they're going to have to do overnight revaluations to get the public to go along with it and to trust it again. But I could easily see a scheme where they kept the value artificially of the CBDC stable, and they are going to sell it, because this is what they've said. They are going to sell it as, look, if we do CBDCs, there's not going to be any more inflation. So it would make complete sense in their strategy to allow the current system to hyperinflate, maintain artificially the value of the CBDCs until they got you hooked. And then, as they say, not me, they say, then there are no limitations to how low we can push interest rates, which means attacking your principal. So if you hold all of your wealth in there, you're screwed. But if you hold a chunk of your wealth, as much as you possibly can, in physical gold and silver, even if that is our current tool of barter, you're holding your purchasing power. And you just convert what you need and protect the rest of your valuation, your purchasing power and your wealth valuation. That's what's going to level this playing field for people. That's what's going to get them through it, no doubt. There isn't one doubt in my mind.
Talk about that more, how you convert what you need when you need it, and your, strategy for that, where...
Well, right now there are a lot of dealers that are out there, but what I think is really important, places that you can convert. You can convert gold and silver at pawn shops, jewelry stores, liquidation, smelters, but frankly, the best way to do it is to establish a relationship with a reputable dealer like ITM, who's been around since '95, has long-term relationships with wholesalers. You're going to end up better off. You're going to end up getting more of whatever the current currency is because of the way that our network is established. And we've proven ourselves. So what you would do is, based upon your strategy, which you can set up a call in Calendly so that you understand what the strategy is based on your goals, based on your current income needs, right? Then you would simply call ITM as an example and say, okay, this is what I need. You'd send it back through. It gets liquidated, it gets deposited in whatever the current fiat currency is, and that's how you do it. Easy peasy. It's no big deal.
So you said to make a note about gold and silver IRAs.
Right. Yes, thank you. I think everybody knows that when I'm making choices, because there isn't anybody out there that can guarantee that they won't do an overt confiscation of gold. I mean, there's lots of historic precedents. There's even current in different countries that are confiscating gold right now because gold holds your purchasing power, which is why all the central banks, or most of the central banks, are accumulating it. So personally, for my choices, and also because of my Uncle Al, who in 1964 had 2 safes full of pre-33 coins when it was illegal to hold more than 5 ounces except in that way, right? So I have some serious concerns because most people that own gold own it inside of an IRA, and it's very, very easy if they were to do an overt confiscation to do a big sweep of the IRAs. Now, they're not going to want you to complain, and since they know that they're destroying the fiat money system, so what if they pay you even a bonus to what the manipulated spot market looks like? Just like they did in 33, and then boom, it gets revalued, and what are you left with? You think you've got gold, but if you don't hold it, you don't own it, and your perception is irrelevant in those kind of circumstances, and certainly in a court of law. So I want the kind of gold that you cannot hold inside of an IRA because there is clear past and current precedents for an over confiscation. And let's face it, desperate governments do desperate things.